Welcome if you're watching this. Today I'm going to be showing you what I went ahead and ate for this week. As you can see, I'm going to start applying a pan and adding some olive oil to heat up. And meanwhile that is heating up, I am going to go ahead and start cutting up my chicken breasts. I do put my chicken breasts, I separate them in Ziploc bags and take them out as I'm going to be using it for whatever recipe that day or that week, just so it doesn't go bad in the fridge. I'm going to go ahead and add some flour into a plate and then add the seasoning that I'm going to be using for the chicken. In this case it's lemon pepper, and I love lemon pepper in my chicken as a seasoning. As you could tell, I had to add way more because that was a little bit. But once that is added in, I am going to go ahead and stir it around, and what the flour does, it helps the seasoning attach better to the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and start adding the chicken one by one, making sure everything is getting coated with the flour and the seasoning, and then start turning them around and patting it down, making sure everything's getting covered and there is no spots without seasoning there. And obviously I made more chicken than what I'm showing on camera. What I recorded was just to show how I make it and prepare it. And also, as you can see, I got rid of that fork because it was being kind of useless. It wasn't helping much. It's way better to use your hands, that way you're able to pat it down and making sure that every piece is getting some of that seasoning. Once everything is covered and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and start adding it to the pan. And I do not flip my chicken that often. I let it get crispy on one side before I flip it, and then when I finally flip it, I let that side get crispy, and that's all I do. I don't flip it that often. Here, as you can see, it's that salad I got from Walmart, and I believe it was like $1.25 or something like that. But I decided to spice it up and make it into those salads you get in restaurants for like $5 almost. So I'm adding everything to a bowl so there's more room for me to work in there. I'm going to start adding some extra stuff in there. For example, I love tomato on mine, I love some red onion and some cucumber in my salads. So I'm going to start adding that in and adding some of that chicken we are just got done making. And you see how crispy it is? I get that by not flipping it so many times. I'm going to start adding some of that dressing that came with the salad. You could switch it out and all that, but that's the only dressing that I had. I'm not a huge fan of dressing. And there you go, we made a $1 salad look like a $5 salad. We're gonna meal prep the rest of the chicken we made. I went ahead and made some rice and separated in some containers to go. I like the ones with a divider because I can go ahead and add lemon slice or lime slice on the side of it and just take it out whenever I'm gonna reheat it. But as you can see, I added some corn to that rice and the chicken we made. I like to add a good amount of chicken to it. Once all that is in there, I'm going to start using some cheese. In this case, I just had mozzarella cheese, but I'm going to go ahead and add some to the chicken. So when I warm it up, the cheese melts on top of the chicken. I'm going to start adding some green onion to it, that lemon wedge or lime wedge, whatever it's called, again I'm confused, that I was talking about. And then I also made some pico de gallo on the side. I made that in a separate container so when I warm up the food, it doesn't get heated up. And I do add avocado to it, but I take the avocado and eat it the day of. I don't meal prep it because it gets all nasty. But there you go, that's a meal prep for the rest of the week with the salad under a budget.